In the long and ever-evolving history of jazz, only a handful of musicians truly redefine the role of their instrument. They don't merely participate in the music, they reshape its language, its function, and its future. Among these rare giants stands Ray Brown. A bassist whose sound became the pulse of modern jazz, Ray Brown transformed the double bass from a background timekeeper into a melodic, rhythmic, and emotional force. His groove didn't just support the music, it moved it, carried it, and gave it life. This is the story of the man whose bass lines taught the world how jazz should feel. Before we continue, subscribe now, like this video, comment, and share. Raymond Matthews Brown was born on October 13, 1926, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a city that would quietly shape the sound of American music throughout the 20th century. Pittsburgh was a breeding ground for jazz talent. It produced legends such as Billy Strayhorn, Art Blakey, Errol Garner, and Mary Lou Williams. Music was not a luxury there, it was a way of life. Brown grew up in a working-class household where discipline and perseverance were daily lessons. At the age of 8, he began studying piano, developing an early understanding of harmony, chord movement, and song structure. Though he would later abandon the piano as his primary instrument, this early harmonic foundation became central to his bass playing. It wasn't until high school that fate intervened. When a seat opened in the high school jazz orchestra for an upright bassist, Brown volunteered, not out of passion at first, but out of opportunity. What followed was a revelation. The deep resonance, physical presence, and rhythmic authority of the double bass spoke to him instantly. From that moment on, Brown committed himself fully to the instrument. Ray Brown was largely self-taught on bass, an experience that shaped his direct physical relationship with the instrument. He practiced relentlessly, focusing on intonation, time feel, tone production, clarity of articulation. Brown developed a massive, warm sound that could cut through an ensemble without force. He was not interested in flashy technique. He wanted authority, clarity, and swing. By his late teens, it was clear that Brown's sense of time was extraordinary. He had an internal pulse that never wavered, a quality that would later make him indispensable to band leaders. In 1945, immediately after graduating high school, Ray Brown made a life-altering decision. He moved to New York City. At that moment, New York was exploding with musical innovation. Bebop was emerging in clubs like Minton's Playhouse, redefining jazz with faster tempos, complex harmonies, and virtuosic improvisation. On his first day in New York, Brown attended an audition and stunned Dizzy Gillespie. Gillespie immediately hired him. Almost overnight, Ray Brown found himself playing alongside Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Bud Powell, and Max Roach, musicians who were rewriting jazz in real time. For a young bassist, this environment was brutal and brilliant. Tempos were extreme, harmonies were dense. There was no room for weakness. Brown thrived. Before Ray Brown, the bass in jazz was often confined to a strictly supportive role, playing roots, keeping time, staying out of the way. Brown changed that forever. His walking bass lines were harmonically sophisticated, rhythmically buoyant, melodically intentional. He didn't just outline chords, he narrated them. Brown's lines flowed with melodic logic, often anticipating harmonic shifts, creating forward motion that propelled the music. His tone was huge, but never muddy. Every note spoke clearly. This approach made the bass an equal partner in the ensemble. In 1947, Ray Brown married Ella Fitzgerald, already one of the most celebrated vocalists in jazz history. Their relationship extended far beyond romance. Brown became Ella's musical director, managing arrangements, tempos, keys, and ensemble cohesion. He understood the voice intimately, how to support it, frame it, and let it soar. Though their marriage ended in 1952, their professional respect never faded. Brown continued to work with Fitzgerald for decades, shaping some of her most iconic live performances. This period cemented Brown's reputation not just as a bassist, but as a musical architect. In 1951, Ray Brown joined what would become one of the most legendary ensembles in jazz history, the Oscar Peterson Trio. Alongside pianist Oscar Peterson and guitarist Herb Ellis, Brown formed a rhythm section that redefined swing. Peterson's virtuosic piano required a bassist with absolute control of time, harmony, and dynamics. Brown was the perfect match. His bass provided unwavering time, elastic groove, harmonic grounding, emotional depth. The trio toured relentlessly and recorded dozens of albums throughout the 1950s and 1960s, including classics like Night Train and We Get Requests. Brown's walking bass lines became a template, studied, transcribed, and imitated by generations of bassists. Ray Brown's technique was deceptively simple. He favored strong right-hand pizzicato, minimal left-hand movement, perfect intonation, economy of motion. His sound was big, round, and vocal-like. But the true secret was time feel. Brown's sense of swing created a feeling musicians often described as being carried. The groove didn't push, it pulled. This made everyone around him sound better. Ray Brown refused to be confined to one format. He co-led ensembles, formed trios, and collaborated widely, including a celebrated partnership with Milt Jackson, resulting in the 1965 album Ray Brown/Milt Jackson. He also became a staple of jazz at the Philharmonic, touring globally under producer Norman Granz, performing with legends such as Duke Ellington, Lester Young, Coleman Hawkins. Louis Armstrong. Brown's adaptability made him one of the most recorded bassists in history. Education was central to Ray Brown's mission. His instructional book, The Ray Brown Bass Method, became a cornerstone of jazz bass education, focusing on walking bass construction, time feel, tone production, musical responsibility. He mentored countless bassists, including Christian McBride, who has cited Brown as a primary influence. Ray Brown's impact did not go unnoticed. 1995. Named an NEA Jazz Master, the highest jazz honor in the United States. 2003. Inducted into the Downbeat Jazz Hall of Fame. Grammy Awards and Lifetime Achievement honors followed, but Brown remained humble, always emphasizing service to the music over accolades. Ray Brown continued performing, recording, and mentoring until his final days. He passed away on July 2, 2002, in Indianapolis, at the age of 75. Yet his bass never fell silent. Today, his recordings remain essential listening. His walking lines studied in classrooms, his groove echoed in every jazz club where swing still lives. Ray Brown did more than play the bass. He defined it. He showed the world that groove is not just rhythm. It is emotion, movement, and connection. In the heartbeat of jazz, Ray Brown still walks, steady, warm, and unstoppable. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video.